Be like, don't invite her back. She's weird. She makes me feel uncomfortable.
Just the moment Lemmy got face cam, it was just hard staring, unblinking for an hour. But the scary part is one eye looking right at you, and the other eye's like looking at the drawing, like.
What have you been hiding from us?
Well, let's talk about the time I buried a body.
How did that go? Tell us about it.
Well, for one, I didn't kill him.
You escaped the police.
I didn't kill him. I just helped bury him.
But how did you escape the police?
It was through.
Yeah, but wait. That makes you an accessory to murder.
No, it was a completely legitimate. Somebody needed to dig the grave.
Accessory to murder. You helped out.
It wasn't a murder. He just happened to die, and I was burying him because it was my job.
Oh, you worked in a graveyard?
No, I wish. That would have been cool.
Then what the hell?
It's like, nah, man, I totally killed him and I hit him in my backyard. It's like, oh, I see.
It's a good thing we're not recording right now.
Yeah, it's a good thing that I'm not recording right now. Hey everybody, Jacksepticeye here, and I'm back with another drawing video. And in this one,
what?
I'm joined by Lemmy.
Who are you? Who are you? This isn't what we signed up for.
Jacksepticeye.
And by Tsu.
This isn't what we signed up for. I heard we were here for Artfinity, not Jacksepta. What?
Yeah, I'm here for
How
something.
do you know Jacksepticeye doesn't draw? He could draw.
But
Maybe.
Artfinity.
Who's
Hey,
that?
Hey, oh damn! Hey everybody, Magic Tablet Tax is here, and I'm back with another drawing video.
Ruthless.
But yeah, like I said, I'm joined by Lemmy and the Tsu. I'm working on a drawing of Tsu's character, which I won't mention the name of because it's a secret and it's a surprise. But here's the drawing of them, because Tsu's birthday is in. As of today recording this, it's in 4 days, so we got 4 days to make this not look like this. What are you guys up to?
Birthday in the future.
Birthday rain.
It was so sad.
Good birthday.
So cute.
Just distressed bear noises. Can that just be the subtitles? So what are y'all working on?
Well, I'm going to put some blobs down and then try to make art out of my blobs.
I have no idea how people do that. You just see speed paints and you're just like, how?
No, don't compare me to people who know what they're doing. I'm just literally blobbing things. So
Don't compare me to the people who know how to blob. They don't fuck around.
yeah, please don't compare me. Makes me feel bad.
And what be the Tsu up to?
I was drawing Ganyu from Genshin because still hooked to Genshin to this day.
Go get that Genshin. So cool. I never
Genshin.
played that actually. I should probably look into it. I hear it's very popular with the kiddos nowadays.
It's fun, and we have a whole group on Save Crow that plays too, and we help each other out.
Link
So
will
is
be
it kind of like
provided in the description.
Farmville? Like the more farming friends you have, the better off you'll be.
No, you can solo it, but it's just co-oping together does make it kind of fun, and it also helps because yeah, there's some things it's kind of hard to do on your own, but if you have friends, they can help you, and we just have a lot of good times and laughs too, like all the shenanigans that we have with Dirt Kirby.
Sounds like I need to get some friends. Get me some friends and play
It can
some
be your
Genshin.
friend.
You're always welcome in the Discord, Lemmy.
It'll play
I'm
it
an outfit.
too once upon a time.
Yeah. I played it like to the part where you beat the first dragon boss. And that was it.
But I didn't even.
That wasn't even an hour. I know. It's just I had a thing I needed to work on.
Still, that's
I-
nice.
I'm doing my best. It's just my best sucks. But yeah, we have a visual on Lemmy and me, but for Sue's drawing, today we are graced by presence of bear, and yeah, so we good on that. Yeah, but in the comments from the last episode, it has been requested that we talk about any funny or eventful work stories. So we'll probably get through that, and then afterwards we'll kind of just free reign again. But again, if there's any topics that y'all want to hear about in the series, just leave them down in the comments, and then I'll do my best to pretend I didn't see them. But for the occasional ones that aren't that bad, then we'll actually think about it. But do y'all have any good work stories?
I mean, I already told this to you, but so where I work at, we're doing a lot of COVID tests for people that they just want to know, and we have the test where you have to basically swab up their nose. So I get to pick a lot of people's noses throughout the day, and there was one guy who came in, and when I swabbed his nose, you have to kind of go a little bit further back up to collect some of the mucus. And so you just need some of it. You don't need a lot.
You don't need buckets full.
Yeah, you don't need buckets full. But when I poked this guy's nose and pulled out the stick, it was like, whoa! It was like this huge booger just stuck on it. I was like, whoa! Like, yeah, you do get people's boogers on there sometimes. And I know it sounds gross. I'm not bothered by it. I was actually more fascinated because this was like the biggest booger that I've ever pulled out of anybody, and I was just like, "Oh my god, whoa!" and after taking the swab stick out, I think I helped the guy a little because he was like, "Oh man, you have good work with your hands because I feel so much better." And I was like, "Yeah, I bet that booger must have clogged up your nose so badly, but I'm glad I could help you breathe now."
He's like, I haven't breathed in 8 years.
The sigh of relief. It's just like, for the first time in forever, I breathe clearly.
It was huge.
It was a booger pick sent from the gods.
Mhm.
I have the kind of mental clarity I haven't had in 20 years. I'm going to call my son.
Yeah, I tried not to be like too wild, but like, whoa, like I almost like went, "Oh my god," in front of him. As I know, be a good bear, do your job.
You just try to hold off on congratulations, it's a boy.
Oh my god. When you bring Lil Chunky into the world,
Is that what you named him, Little Chunky?
I think that's Lil Chunky if I had to give it a name.
So yeah, that's the nicest thing that I'd imagine somebody could say to you in that situation, because some people get pissed that you're shoving a thing in their nose,
Yeah, because different people, some people are more sensitive than others. Because there was another family of 3 that I had to swab. The mom and the son were fine, but the daughter, she was like over like reacting, being like, it hurts, and I'm doing this like very gently on everybody because I know that some people, I don't know how far back to go on someone's nose, but this girl's like, painful, and I mean,
You're swapping my brain.
I mean,
Look, man, we're just gonna go into those childhood memories. Just stay still.
yeah, I don't know what's going on inside her, but like her swab was like boogers with a bit of blood on it, so I don't know.
She's having like war flashbacks.
Yeah, war flashbacks as reflected by the slight blood stains on the boogers that were already red.
And you're just like, listen, we gotta talk about this kid's nose cleaning habits.
Yeah, but the other two were fine. But it's just that girl. She had something to her.
When you get a medical degree, are you referred to as a doctor of medicine or is it just a pharmacist? Is that like the scientific name? Because I know that like, oh, if you work at an, if you're like a vision doctor or something, you still have a doctorate. So it's like, oh, they're a doctor of this or that. Is it like a doctor of medicine?
My degree says of pharmacy, so technically, yeah, we do get the doctor title, but we just don't use it as often, or a lot of other people just don't acknowledge
Can I
that
refer to you as
doctors.
Dr. Burr?
Maybe.
I'm still gonna.
Okay.
I mean that in like the not in a condescending, but like in the nicest way possible.
I know. It's just a lot of people that I talk to, they say that they like to keep things more casual, so they feel weird when someone calls them a doctor, even though they earn that title. They just prefer their casual name. But I remember when I was in intern that I had to do for school, we had one guy who came in and filled for the person who was teaching me and my friend. We were both in the same uh exact same location together. This guy was like, listen, y'all are doctors, so once you get that degree, you better have everyone call you doctor. It's like, no, don't call me just by my name. Call me Doctor So and So. And you see that technician over there? She is clearly a technician. So let's say their name is Judy, for example.
Judy.
Yeah, it's like, she's not Judy, she's technician Judy. And me and my friend just like, what's wrong with this guy?
I thought you were gonna say like, I'm a doctor, I am your god, you will worship me, and that's Judy. It's like, oh damn, somebody needs to check their ego.
I don't know that guy. He was quite he was something. Me and my friend was just like, yeah, sure.
He was a
Passionate.
passionate individual.
Yeah, I know he meant well, but it's just, man, he went ham. He's like, no, that ain't Judy over there. That's technician Judy. It's like, way to rub in the title. I don't know.
My name is Dumbass Artfinity. It's my job title.
No.
I just looked at Lemmy's drawing. What the heck are you doing?
I told you I'm making blob art. Stop making me feel bad.
It's beautiful.
That's right. Get with the program.
No, because I was just working on this, and then I look up and I see a bunch of bright colors. I was like, wait, oh my god, when did that happen?
What the heck is it?
I was so engrossed in Sue's brain booger stabbing story that I was just working on my thing, and then I look over at your thing, and I was just like,
Ew, what's that?
no, I'm like, damn it, I'm second place again.
Wait, what? Second place?
I don't know what he's talking about either.
I can't compete with that.
But Skittles, we don't even compete.
I know, but I'm just looking at the drawing and it speaks to my soul on an emotional level. The way
Skittles
they
competing.
What?
Now I feel scared if Skittles wants to compete.
No, it's just
Skittles, you're scaring me.
Oh no. I'm too lazy to compete. Like, I don't know if you guys get this, but it's just like competition against, yourself is fine, but when it comes to other people, I'm too lazy. Kind of like the
Compete more when I was younger. I was like, oh, I don't understand, like, why this person, everyone thinks they're so good. Everyone isn't the teacher. And I would be like, I need to be better. So I'd be like competitive like that.
oh.
Now I just competitive with video games because I can't let go.
Yeah, like we're like, hey, Lemmy, you want to play Smash Bros for fun? And you're just like, I don't hear fun. All I hear is Sonic is gonna like chain lock me with the homing attack until I lose all my lives. It's just like, okay, you having fun, Lemmy? You're like,
Dojo.
no, but I was really lazy for It was bad because even in school when we did have art competitions, I it's like I knew I wasn't gonna win because the judges hated anime, you know, so I was just there to have a good time. But even then I wasn't competitive, even though it was an art competition. It's just like, did I do a good?
Hey, you
Aw,
had
it's gonna be so
fun.
Yeah, I had fun. I think in my old drawing updates actually, you
Wait,
can see one of the
didn't you
drawings that I'm making
place
one.
or something?
No, I never won.
What?
Well, I won the last one that I ever did. But the thing is, there was like, you know, your school competitions, but then there were like other competitions with other schools.
Didn't you say you won something, but then something had to do with you having a signature on the drawing?
Beavers. Something with beavers. I think a beaver comic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was disqualified because that was an identifier. So they thought that the judging would have been biased. I was like, oh, okay.
What?
But no, I mean, the thing is, I would have won, but didn't win, but I didn't win. So, therefore, that statement stands. How about you, Lemmy? What's a weird work story from you?
I don't really have any weird work stories necessarily. I worked somewhere for 2 months and it was in retail, and they didn't pay me for 2 months.
What?
Isn't that
Yeah.
like illegal?
Uh-huh. And everyone's like, yeah, it takes a while to get in the system, and they kept putting it off, but I was writing down all my hours and they didn't pay me for 2 months. So I was like, I quit because I can't keep doing this. And then my mom went down there and threatened to sue. Sue. And then she got
I
all
will
my
Dr. Bear
I was
you.
like, thanks, Mom.
They threatened to throw the bear at them.
Damn, I'm glad Walmart isn't that bad. Or at least my Walmart isn't that bad. They just
Yeah.
overwork you, but they don't. They still pay you.
Or else one day you might see a bear pop up at your Walmart.
Yeah, you think it's cute, but that's your warning sign. It's just like, if you have any decency, you'll either pay Lemmy or you will run away.
Trying to think if there was any other sorts of stories or whatever, but I really don't have anything. There was one doctor that I worked for that his image of himself was really super important to him.
Mhm.
And he commanded respect. But every time he would leave the room, just like everyone would turn around and start talking about him. Like, and saying like the worst possible things about him. They're like, he's so cheap. He went a week without power because there was like a power outage from like a storm or something. He went a week without power, and he would just steal his neighbor's power and his neighbor's generator and like, do this other stuff. But it's funny because I worked in a lot of doctors' offices. They can get pretty catty, but there was nothing like necessarily unique or like super interesting on the job, you know?
Is it that nothing happened, or just that you repressed it?
I don't know. I can't remember.
No, we're just gonna mention something, and it's just gonna bring up some horrible memory, and you're just gonna be like,
I'm glad I only get situations like seeing how big someone's boogers are at work.
That sounds like fun.
Uh-huh.
yeah, no, like the Walmart is a lot easier by comparison. It's just people are crazy, but you know that because it's a Walmart.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if anybody intentionally thinks that going in, they're just like, this is a Walmart, I can get away with anything.
This face is really distracting me. I think I'm gonna have to remove it at some point because, like, I don't know what to do, and the face just keeps like dead staring at me. You know, like,
It speaks to my soul. Yeah, for me, I kind of told you guys a little bit about it, but mine was, I told you a little bit about it yesterday. I'm not gonna say the name of the place, so I'll just call it Hogwarts. But I worked at a furniture warehouse called Hogwarts, and you know, since I'm a Muggle, I don't know how to use spells, so we had to move everything the old-fashioned way with forklifts. But it's those kinds of forklifts where you go up with it, so it's like the front traction, treading, driving part of it, but then like the actual cart thing, you go up with it because, since you're in a furniture warehouse, there are things like 50 feet up in the air. So you go 50 feet up in the air with it to grab it. So, we're attached to a harness, and
That's good.
you'd like to think that it does its job. Anyway, it also doesn't help that I'm afraid of heights, but this isn't the falling story. This is the there's blood everywhere and water everywhere story. So anyway, yeah, one day I'm just going along, and this is on the very bottom row, but the thing is we keep some of the heaviest things on the bottom row, so just in case if one of the big shelves drop, you don't have like a fridge freezer combo thing that weighs 800 pounds fall from the sky, because that'd be bad. So I needed to move something, but the thing is it was a little bit too far away for me to go on the tether, because the tether was only like 6 feet long, so you can only get like about 6 feet away from the thing. Well, anyway, this thing was a little bit too far back, so I had to untether and I had to get it, but this is on the ground floor, so you'd think it's like, oh, it's fine. But the thing is, you're still wearing the body harness. It looks kind of like rock climbing gear, like those kinds of harnesses things, but it attaches to like the back of your neck. So just a good mental image of how this works is kind of like when you pick up a cat by the scruff, and he kind of just hangs there.
Wait, those Skittles was a doggo.
I'm just like, Bort? Lemmy's just... Anyway,
Then what happened?
and then everything was fine, and I was perfectly okay, and I went home.
Thank God, that's the story ending I wanted.
Oh, thank God. But anyway, now that Lemmy's gone, the real story. No, so anyway, I needed to untether, and I needed to reach for a thing in the back, and this thing in particular was like a fridge freezer thing, which was around 700-ish pounds, I'm guessing. Anyway, very difficult to move. But right next to it is like a pressurized water hose thing. And it's just there so, in case there's fire in the building, there's the sprinklers that go off overhead. But this is a thing that you can attach like a freaking fire hose to, because, it's like millions of dollars, probably billions of dollars worth of stuff. This is a huge warehouse in there. And, it's like pretty much if you want to attach a fire hose to it, you can. But the rate of pressure on those things is equivalent to a fire hose. Well, anyway, as I'm trying to like carefully avoid it while also moving a 700-800 pound fridge freezer thing, which I'm not strong, and I don't know how else you're supposed to move those things without like full body tackling it. So, as I'm over here trying to go yahi sideways on a fridge freezer thingy, I'm making progress. I'm moving it. It's just a little bit slow, but every time I run into it, it kind of like knocks me back a little bit. And I'm like, okay, that fire hose thing is kind of close. Let's try to dodge it. So one of those tackles doesn't go so great. And the harness that I'm wearing, which is kind of like the rock climbing ones, gets caught on the pressure valve for it, and it actually opens it. So in like half a second, I'm already like soaked completely on the right side. But since I'm like stuck to it, the water kept hitting my back at an extremely high pressure. So it actually, like, it didn't peel the skin, but it hit it so hard that like it was still bleeding out. So I was like, this is very painful. But instead of like screaming like a psycho, because the managers will be like, hello, boy. Are you a stupid boy who doesn't like having a job? I'd be like, I'm fine. So anyway, what I try to do is like, this is a 100% adrenaline induced move, is I like just grab it calmly, but in agony, undo the harness and like move my way out of it. But then I'm seeing like half of me is soaked and there's like blood running down my shirt, but it's a dark blue shirt. It's just the reason I could tell that there was blood on it is just because there were blood drips on the ground, like by me. So I like, turn the thing off, and it's a really big warehouse. So no one immediately notices, but then I'm just here like half soaked, it's like from the neck down. So my head is still dry. And I'm like, if I'm half soaked, they'll probably find out what's going on. So you got to commit, you got to even it out. So I like turned on the thing again, but lowered the pressure. So, instead of like being its skin peeling pressure, it's just at like light soaking pressure, and evened it out. So it's like, okay, now I'm completely wet. The only difference that you can see is just that my clothes are a little drier, or they're a little darker now. And there's about an hour left before we go home, so I was like, it's fine, we can play it cool for an hour, you'll just be cold. Your back is still bleeding out, but if you just like, hopefully nobody decides to look at your feet where they'll see like dripping puddles of water and dripping puddles of blood.
Okay, but question. You were like, well, I don't want to be half dripping. I have to be whole dripping. But wouldn't they just notice you're dripping at all?
No, like, I still waited. Hold on, I can draw this out for you 1 second. So,
wouldn't your hair give a sign?
No, because it was from neck down. The way that it hit me was from neck down. So I was like, hold on 1 second, I'll draw it out. We're just drawing like a smiley boy Skittles. Oh, but y'all can't see it. Hold on, I'll
I can't see it. I'm just using my imagination.
I'll screen share because I'm not working on
very running wild.
There's blood everywhere.
My imagination is imaginationing things. I'm gonna have to watch it. I can't not watch it. I need to know. Oh God, I just see a really scary looking face. It's terrible.
Wahoo! So anyway, I'm here. No, because the thing is, like, I still sat there, to the point where it was like only dripping a little, but not dripping a lot. But your clothes are still wet. So I had on the like shirt, which had a little shirt pocket, and then here's the harness, because it's like a mountain climbing harness thing. So it's kind of like this. So hold on. Just trying to draw it out. This hurts so bad. I just remember, like, it's bad because it looked like there was a lot more blood than there was. It's just, there was also water mixed in. So it's like, Anyway, so my hair was fine because the thing is, the harness, I'll make it this color for visibility, but it wasn't this color.
For visibility.
So the thing is, from the back, hold on, we're just this is like the Skittles being dumb diagram. All right, anyway, so here's Skittles from the back. It has like a little clip thingy here, which is attached to the forklift, but then here's the rest of it on your back. So anyway, this part is the part that got snagged on the pressure valve, which was like here. So you'll see I like walked past it and it clipped kind of like this. And that's like why I couldn't get out. And that's why when I walked, it pulled it down and then it opened the stream. But you'll see from here, since it got snagged there, it only got me from like neck down. Well, anyway, what happened was, like, when I was soaked, it was like, let's see, it was on the right side. So it was like this. I look like this. Because, your like clothes are wet. So I needed to finish the job, so I like evened it out like this, So my clothes just look darker, and the thing is, I'm still dripping, but I give it a couple of minutes, so I'm not dripping super bad. It's like only lightly. But then there was like also on my back here, I saw it afterwards, and it was just like bruised really badly, and that's just because you got hit by like, like a fire hydrant water pressure equivalent at like less than a foot away. Anyway, so there's like blood mixed into that. So like on the floor, it'd just be like this by the puddle of water. But the thing is, my head was still dry. So it's just
no one noticed or heard this happen.
No, it was funny because I got home. Alfonso was there. So, he was the one that was driving us home because this is when we were roommates, but in Salt Lake. Anyway, I smelled bad just because it was like that water that's in those things is in there for a really long time. So he's like, oh, what's that smell? I'm like, sorry, one of the water valves went off. He's just like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, you look dry. I was like, I evened it out. Look. And then he just like slapped my shoulder to like test the, the shirt being wet. He's like, yep, it's definitely wet.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, so I was like a wet, stinky boy. But they didn't
Like
notice.
a
I was a fish. This is the day I became a fish. Anyway, I was also really cold because, you're going through like open air. The forklifts move at like, 7 miles an hour, which isn't bad, but it's still like wind blowing against you, and I was cold, so I was like, anyway,
You were freezing after that.
but I mean, it was fine. It's just it looked like a lot more blood than it was, just because there's like the water mixed in with it. But I did notice like a couple of days later, they were just like, your shirt just kind of looks like this, So you're like, oh, most of the blood was still in the shirt. Like it was a lot, but that's bad. Anyway, moral of the story: don't work at Hogwarts.
God, I'm like, it's making my stomach turn. I'm like, oh, getting a little dizzy.
I should just save the gory stories for when Lemmy isn't here. I felt bad because I was playing Resident Evil, and you're like, this is fine, and then I died, and you're like, bleh, and I was like, oh, this isn't fine.
I don't know. I think as I'm getting older, I'm like, oh, because I think about it and like, you could have been really hurt. And then my old lady instincts kick in. I'm like, no.
I just think it was funny that in my mind the best course of action wasn't tell somebody that you got really hurt. It was, how do we even this out?
I don't want to get caught. Well, you're maimed.
But with all the water, wouldn't people have seen the aftermath? Did anybody ever question, like, what went on here?
Well,
Someone walks by and just slips and falls.
hold on. I'm gonna create a new layer and I'm gonna screen share again. I'll describe the layout of the place. Well, I won't describe it. I'll share. Am I screen sharing? I'm just nervous that the more I describe this, the more people are going to find out where Hogwarts is. Because if they find out, they'll be like, that stupid boy. Anyway, the way that it works, this is from like a floor plan type of view. This is where all the forklifts are. And then you go into like a giant bay. And this bay is like hundreds of feet long. Anyway, there's like little aisles that go like this that the forklift goes into. But the thing is, there's a lot of them. So, we'll just do this for... Okay, so the point is there's a lot of them. Your forklift would go like this, go into one, get the thing. And mine happened like over here-ish, I remember. But the thing is these shelves... hold on, I'm trying to draw like it is just from a normal view now. All right, so here's the fire pressure valve that I got stuck to. Anyway, it like pours water down. But, the thing is I wasn't like, oh, let's let this thing run for a really long time. So, yeah, there was a puddle, but I'd say it only reached like this much of the total area. So you'll see like between this and other stuff, it's not very open. And you would only see the water if you were really looking for it.
And then someone slips.
Yeah. Oh, like the whole tray that I had on the forklift was also soaked. So I was just like, don't slip. Oh, and it was worse because then you're 50 feet up in the air with the like with the metal flooring that you're just like, if I slip, I'm going to fall. I didn't though. I was super careful. Lemmy's just over here trying to not melt on the inside. It's just like, do, everything's fine. La la. So yeah, that's one of the most crazy stories in recent memory from me. It's just how I left work a bloody and watery mess. The day I became a fish. I feel like my story took a really long time to tell compared to you guys.
I like how Sue's had like a really cute, sweet one, and yours is like, I almost died.
No, it was
Progressively worse.
Damn.
The mood has now been killed.
No, you just hear the
Shall I fix the mood?
yeah, sure.
Sure.
Well, I had another one that I told Corbs and Mr. Moon, but so there's this one lady who wanted to do the saliva test for COVID, and she was driving, and her driving was just god awful. Like, she was doing random reversing here and there, and I don't know what she was doing, but she like bumped into the car of our delivery guy who delivers the medications to all the people who request for deliveries, and then she was going on this whole rage fest of trying to like argue. Was like, oh, this is your fault, this is your fault, and our delivery driver is the nicest guy ever, and we were all like watching by the window, and even the techs had their phones ready to take pictures and be like, no, we got the receipt if this woman tries to play anything. And after that was settled, I think we found out that she was gonna pay him, so it's like good. He stood his ground, and so she tries to park in the front of the store, and my God, she was doing an awful job again because there was so much white space, but she was struggling to get into this one spot that she wanted. And one of our texts, she was like, no, she's parking next to my car. And yeah, I was
I'm in
like,
danger.
yeah, I was like, okay, why don't you go move your car? I'll distract them while I'm doing their test. You go move your car right now. And so like the tech just she booked it so quick. She like yeeted out the store, went to her car and reparked somewhere else. But meanwhile, this lady, she was like, oh, ha ha ha, I just did you see what happened just now? I was trying to park, and then I hit some random guy, and she was trying to play it off as a joke. And I think I kind
Good
of yeah, but I think I low key threw like a blow at her because I was like, oh yeah, that guy you ran into, that was actually our driver. Good job. And then she just looked at me and then started like laughing in a hysterical, sad way, like, no, this is not how I wanted to end 2020. No. So I kind of broke her. You know how you just throw
That's the story that's supposed to lighten things up. A lady ends up manically depressed for 2020.
it's at least it's not about dying.
Okay, that's fair. Damn, the bar's low here.
I got another one that same day if you want, but yeah. But anyways, how well, I don't know. Me, it's hard for me to tell what's offensive because some people will be like, "Dang, so," I'm like, "What? just telling it as it is." And they're like, "Yeah, but dang." It was kind of one of those moments where I'm just like, "Yeah, that person you hit was our driver." And then that's when that lady just kind of got the blow because she was like, "Oh," like she just had the realization of what she did.
I'm in trouble. Uh-oh.
I have that weird habit where I don't know what's offensive because things don't offend me as easily. So when I say things just as I see it and people get offended, I'm like, oh, that was a blow to you? Well, dang.
She was offended? Or just
No.
laughing like a nutball?
No, she wasn't offended, but she just realized like who that person was, and she was like, oh, dang, that's not good.
Yeah,
Well, it good anyway that she hit anyone.
I know, but like I'm just
I
saying.
think it just made it worse that it's
That's where I
like
draw the line.
I know, but I'm one of those people where it's like I'll just say things as it is, but I don't know what's offensive and what's not until people like show me like, oh dang, that took a blow to me or something like that.
they are existential crisising.
Yeah, it's like during our random calls when I just lay down the facts, and then Mr. Moonatus would be like, dang, so no profane is on. I'm like, what? I'm just telling what I saw.
Tell him, Sue. Get him. No, that's I don't know. Like a worry that I have in the back of my mind is telling a lot of these stories is that people aren't gonna believe them. They're gonna be like, "Oh, they're making them up." But no, in
Oh
my
no,
case, I can
totally.
speak for me. Like I could 100% guarantee you that I am that stupid because I have a lot of stories where I hurt myself.
No, dude.
Oh boy.
People will always think that you're just making stuff up. Like on YouTube, I was saying like there was like this guy that wanted to go out with me. Fair enough, he wanted to go out with like every girl because he was like desperate.
Hmm.
But then there was like another guy that liked me. But he also like didn't fit in with a lot of people, but he liked me. So like I was like, there's a few people in high school that liked me and wanted to go out with me. And they're like, oh my God, that's such a lie. I'm like, wow, that's really not even a stretch. Like sometimes there's just people that kind of like you. Like, why is this a lie all of a sudden? But yeah,
Oh.
everyone will think literally everything you say is a lie. So I wouldn't even like worry about it because you know it's gonna happen.
I'll
I
slam
just
the
imagine like roasting everyone, but I'm like, no, that's that's
I'll
not a
slam
fair thing to say.
the recipients on them.
Yeah, no, because I have like I don't know. I don't need. I guess I don't need to prove the story to anybody. But you know, for anybody who listens to them and is just like, yeah, no, I believe them. They'll probably just be like, Skittles is a very stupid boy.
Oh, but here's the here's the like legit cute story that
Oh,
that will for sure give giggles and laughs. So, um, the,
For sure. Okay, let's see it.
so like there's this one kid who's the son of one of our other drivers. He was working at one of the other locations today. So I was working at the other location along with him and then the usual technicians there. His phone was running low on battery and he saw there was a charger by the desk where I was at. He's like, "Oh, is that a charger?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you need to use this." Like, "Oh, yes, thank you. My phone, it drains out of battery so quickly because it's like an iPhone 7 and I haven't upgraded in years." And so he shows me the front of the phone, but then he tries to hide the back of his phone with his hand. He's like, but I can't show you the back of the phone because and it was because there was a sticker of a character from Fate Grand Order named Ishtar, and she doesn't have a lot of clothes on. So, and I've already seen the sticker months before because he had his phone, the back of his phone, like facing up. So I saw the back of the case and I saw the sticker. I was like, oh, is this guy into Fate? Cool. But I didn't think much of it. But he was super embarrassed because he knew it was kind of a lewd looking sticker. So he was like, no, I can't show you the back, but I'm just like, oh no, don't worry. I've already seen that sticker on the back of your phone.
Oh no.
I just imagine like the knockout music, like.
Yeah, I was like, no, don't worry. I'm familiar with who that character is. You don't have to hide it. And then he was so embarrassed. He was like, yeah, this is the sticker. Like he quickly flipped over his phone and then back, and he's like, I know it's lewd, but I don't know. I don't know why I have it. He was so embarrassed.
And then like heavy breathing.
It's like, why don't you throw it away? No, she won't let me throw it away. What? Who?
But the thing is, it's because like Monadas, he's into gotcha games, and so he was curious if this kid was into gotcha, and so I also asked him, are you into gotcha games or any of that?" And he was like, "Oh no, I'm not, but I saw the Fate anime a long time ago. I don't really watch anime anymore." But man, Monadas felt so defeated because he's like, "I feel backstabbed. Why y'all have
Damn
Fate, but don't play the gotcha?"
Top 10 anime betrayals.
He felt betrayed.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know, but yeah, that kid got really embarrassed because he's like, "No, someone knows I have the stickers." Like, dude, you've had the back of your phone flipped up many times, like 3 months ago. Of course,
Dude, I know you're a pervert.
And he's like, no, I'm not. I'm a good person. And you're like,
yeah, we call him Shy Boy by nickname because he's so embarrassed. He used to be super embarrassed talking to customers or even picking up the phone, but He got character development. He's now picking the phone up a lot on his own.
Aw,
Character development.
this is like an anime. No, but I don't know. You'll find that most of the stories that come from me in this series are just going to be about how I hurt myself in like one particular way or another. It's never like out of aloofness. It's just I'm stupid.
Stop saying you're stupid. You're just a little clumsy. There's a difference.
My body is stupid when it comes to coordination.
You wouldn't have chosen to put that thing on you.
Yeah, no, but the thing is like the Hogwarts thing, that wasn't too bad because that's one of those things that it looks a lot worse than it is, but like it did hurt, but it's like it hurts for a day and then it's fine. So it's like, oh, it wasn't too bad.
He says.
It's just it's not too bad, it's just messy.
Wasn't horrible. I mean, I'd do it again.
No. I mean, it wasn't bad. There was just blood everywhere, and I mean everywhere.
All right, it's time to flip this and see what the blobs look like. Whoa. Okay.
Oh, I should flip my drawing. Hold on.
It's like, and then you stare at it like, how do I fix it?
I know it's bad, but why is it bad? In Greek.
Perfect. Just one eyeball. That's gonna be what we're gonna do. I like how I like shoved her elbow so far out because I was like, I want to fill this empty space over here, but I'm like, that's totally not good.
Oh, your drawing has a face now. It's cute.
Hello.
Hello.
My face is messed up.
They were both cute, but they're both good. I don't know. They both have a different charm to them. I'm just like, is it? I don't necessarily like one over the other, and I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
You mean my picture, like the face that she had before?
They both give off a different vibe, but they're both good.
No, the derpy faces always look better. I don't know why.
Hold on, I'm just gonna draw a derpy face on this one.
Derpy faces always win.
I'm just giving mine googly eyes. I want to show y'all, but then Tsu would know what it is. Now that I'm done with the color blocking, I don't know what to work on next, cause what?
Moon told me about official Genshin merch. There's a plushie of the bear.
I heard official, but I heard space FISCHL, like official, the person. There's official.
Look at this bear.
Bear.
They're so pretty.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I show.
the bear girl, like when she summons the bear. This is it, Gooba, and they made a plushie, official plushie. It's so fluffy.
How excited Sue is. I'm like, yay, bear!
I want it and I need it. He and Rilakuma will be good friends.
Yeah, it's so fluffy.
It's floof time. Yeah, dang. Let me just over here doing a drawing from start to finish, already color blocking it out in an hour, and I'm over here like, it takes me an hour just to figure out the lighting.
God, she's starting to look like a Zelda character because of the ears and the hair.
I don't like you, Link. Oh.
Link, save me. I can do it on my own. Ooh, I hate you. Why are my powers not working? Oh. Annoying. I'm going to take my hatred out on you.
Meanwhile, Link is like sad yacht noises, more like confused yacht noises, just yacht.
Instant Zelda character. Just add chunks of stuff. Da-na-na-na.
I'm just debating if I work on the face or not. And it was just like, no, don't work on the face yet. I didn't know how to tell you this, but if you work on the face first, you'll die.
I better work on the face first all the time.
I don't know if this is just me, but as a little kid, did you guys ever come up with small challenges for yourself? You're just like, if I don't make it to that street sign in 10 seconds, like I will explode or something.
Well, it's like if you step on the crack, you'll break your mother's back.
Yeah, no, my mother had nothing to do with this. It was just about the particle integrity of my body.
I used to do that where I felt like it was like a little point game where every time I stepped over a crack, it was like 10 points. If I stepped on it, it was negative 5 points. And if I stepped on like the red paint, you know, like how they have like on the sidewalks, there's like red paint. It's like do not park, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
If I stepped on the red, it meant everything goes back to 0 points.
Damn, that's a very unforgiving game. Sue is playing life on hard mode.
Sue is just getting ready to play like DDR.
DDR. Yeah.
I'm training.
I don't know what it is yet, but something will be
Oh, but if it
invented
was
in
like-
the early 2000s.
But if it was like if I stepped on green paint, like I don't know. Back in the day, I used to see green on the sidewalks. If it was green, I get plus 1 million.
God, very colorful sidewalks.
But it's like, and so it's like I was walking with my great aunt because she used to take me to school and stuff, and so it'll be funny because she'll be holding my hand while I'm walking with her, and
And you're like, whoa, and jumping.
you can just see me trying to like step slowly away so that I could step on the green paint whenever I saw the green paint, and she'll be like, "What are you doing?"
1,000,000 points, abuelita.
That's very important. You can't quite understand how important this is.
And then your grandma realizes that you're trying to beat her record, and she like shoves you out of the way. She's like, "Step aside, child."
No, but I always kept that kind of game to myself. I never even told them I had this imaginary stupid thing going on in my head. So it's like they'll just see me inching away from them for whatever reason, and they're like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "Oh, nothing." As I try to step on the green paint.
No, I think they would know. They would just see you and be like, "She knows."
I almost done.
This looks so weird.
Oh, I thought you meant with the timer. It's like, is this over yet?
No, I'm talking about my blob. So
Oh, I was like, I mean, we got 2 minutes left, so we can be if you want, but
You're like, damn, you're all having fun. No, I'm having a great time. I don't know what time it is. It's almost done.
yeah, we have a minute left.
Fun.
And then just end it immediately. Just be like, "Doo-doo-doo-doo. All right, bye." It's just like done super fast.
It's over.
No, but again, if y'all enjoyed these stories, let us know. If y'all want to call me a fucking liar, let me know. And if there's anything you want us to talk about, then you know, comment in the comments, because we take suggestions sometimes, apparently. So you know, if there's anything in particular you want to hear about, then just let us.
If you want to call Sue a liar, you want to call her.
I don't believe in the.
It's like if you want to call the bear a liar, be prepared to get slapped by recipients.
They're just like, green sidewalk thingies aren't real, and then you just like hold up a picture and they're like Kaiba's reaction to getting Exodia, like, oh no. Any last word? Any last word?
Oh gosh.
Well, it was nice hanging out, and I really enjoyed my time with you. And Sue, thanks for having me.
What? But Skittles is the host. I'm not hosting.
Wait, I'm the host?